Today I'm going to talk about an important difference, a great little drill to help you start to get cleaner, better strikes on those chips, those pitches, those short wedges around the greens. Let's give it a go together. Andrew Rice on the lesson tee here at the Western Savannah Harbor Resort. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm looking to share some information to hopefully help you strike the ball better on those chips and pitches, those little wedge shots around the greens. What can we look for? Typically, not all the time, but typically, I will see golfers who've learned to generate some power. They will create this situation where the ball position is a little too far back. They get their weight driving forward. They're almost downshifting into the golf ball. Certain things that we need for our full swing. We need that in order to be able to generate power. While the short game is very, very different. We don't want to exert nearly as much pressure down into the ground. We don't want to have that big shift into our front foot. And so how can we be light on our feet when chipping and start to allow the club head to get under the handle as it passes through impact? I want that shaft to be pretty vertical. And so a good way to do that, a super little drill, is what I call my light on my feet drill. And the picture I would like you to have when you're doing this, we're going to use our trail hand. Most often that's our dominant hand. If it's not your dominant hand, I want you to use your dominant hand, whichever hand that might be. But I want you to picture this. You're standing on eggs, okay? Walking on eggshells. And I want you to exert as little pressure into the ground as possible. As you make these practice swings, we're going to hit a few shots as well, but there's very little forward downward pressure into the ground. I'm trying to tread lightly. And you can see I'm just simply swinging that club head through. And one thing I do know is that by the time I get to impact, that shaft is pretty vertical. Okay, nothing too much to think about other than that light sense under the soles of your shoes where you're not pushing down into the ground. And so let's go. Now we've got to actually put it into play. Let's go two hands on the golf club, a little practice feel. And once again, very light pressure on the ground. I don't want to have those soles pushing into the ground. I like the feel of that. That was a lovely clip right there. Sole of the club just gliding along the ground and light pressure. That's what we're after, golf fanatics. Okay, that will allow short game, very different to the long game, certainly in terms of how we shift our weight, how we pressure the ground. And this is a little key that I believe can help you start to get the club head, the club shaft in a position that will allow us to have those nice crisp strikes around the greens. And I know if you can strike it well, you can chip it well, life is a breeze from there. You're going to save some strokes. Thanks so much for tuning in.